Honk.
The power of honk compels you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Evernuts. Welcome all to the first Tuesday of the month of June in the year 2024, in the year of our Lord Anno Domini, etc., etc. What's going on, everyone? It's good to see you all. And yeah, I am excited for our stream today as we continue on with the Slaves of the Abyss. Fighting Fantasy Gamebook. Very excited for this. As you can see, this is a very pleasant, relaxed book. There's no danger here. As you can see, there's no problem. All those people who are reaching out of a space jail towards some weird-looking Igor dude is that those people are fine. You know, that's how they like to entertain themselves, and you know, don't judge them. That's how they are. It's all good. Before we get into that, though, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. Please check out our Discord with !ArvCord. I should say, by the way, if you're watching me over on YouTube, welcome, and please do consider subscribing there. It's free for you to do that, but it really helps us out. Please continue to support our shorts as well that we have both there and on my show that I do with Zach Clay, Gen GMs. We have a new long episode coming out this coming Friday, but we'll have shorts going up before that. So please do support us in those various ways. That would be lovely. Please as well follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky. That's !ArvTweets, !ArvSky, and website for this, arvanelaron.com. Financially, !ArvShop. That's the merchandise area. We are closing in on finally getting this Expedition for the Mysterious Peak stuff done, which is now a year overdue. I thought I was going to have this up a long time before this, but I will have it there come hell or high water to kind of finish the store refresh. But you can get swag for that. You can get the Eberron swag. You can get the old Shire Adventures swag. You can get stuff for the channel as a whole, and we will add stuff here and there as time goes on also. So you can do all that at !ArvShop. That's both good for you and good for the channel, so please do that. Patreon is !ArvTreon, where you can support the channel. That's really the financial backbone of the channel, so any support people can give there is much appreciated. !Arvtreon there. Subbing to the channel is always a good thing. That really makes a difference. You can get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. And you can also get inspirations to help our players. We have a lot of inspirations this month because we have some holdovers and some I guess some ones that rolled over basically from the end of last month because they were specifically ArvCon inspirations. So typically I reset every month, but this is a little bit different. So you can get those inspirations as well to help with our players. We got a lot of tabletop stuff coming up this weekend or this month, so you should definitely check in for that. And then we have also got, of course, in addition to those things, the publishing side of things, Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts. I was saying to Tari in the green room that I had a chance to read from my graphic novel to my son's second grade class today. We're at the end of the year for them. They have basically another week, and then school will be out for the summer. And so I came in and read a little bit of that, and it was cool. I actually really enjoyed that, and they had a good time with it. And I don't know. I was not sure whether, you know, second grade is a little young for that book, I think. Not that it was like inappropriate exactly, but I wasn't sure. But they were really fascinated in the art. And it was very funny because my son, Mini Arv, was like, he was just over the moon. He's just like huge smile on his face. The kids are asking questions. He came over and gave me a hug when I came in. It was like I was his official show and tell guy. Like he was just like, that's my dad. You know, it was very cute. Anyway, so that was nice. So that was Icarus. If you too want to be just as amazed as the kids were, you can get that at Icarus. What's up, Craigery? Yeah, it was really cool. Library. That's my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, rapidly selling out. If you want to print copy, get yours now. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for the second edition to be released once we even contract for that. We haven't yet. There has been some discussion of maybe that is a possibility, so we'll see. Anyway, that is Library. Greyshade. That is my Greyshade IP with Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic. The first two books of my Grey Assassin trilogy, Greyshade and Renegade, are out now. You can get those at that link. You can also get the audiobook of Greyshade there from our very own Trent Sparks. You can also get get, you can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Grey Shade, which will be out late this year. Very excited about that. That's designed by Brandon O'Brien, coming to you from Alligator Alley. And you can pre-order the final book of the Grey Assassin trilogy, Heretic. I have a couple of announcements about that, which I will make in just a minute, regarding Heretic, as some of the events now have started to fill in. So I will talk about that. And then last but certainly not least, exclamation point, so exclamation point Grey Shade will get you to all of that. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, that's the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in this situation in the future. All right. So, hello everyone. Good to see you all. So, a couple of notes that I want to make very quickly here before I get over to Tari, just about some schedule stuff. I'm not going to go over the full calendar right now. Yay. Thank you, Effect Life. Thank you. 38 months of support. Thank you, Effect Life. Actually, Effect Life is one of the people I was thinking about with this announcement that I'm about to make. So a couple of announcements. First of all, about Heretic. So that is, again, the final book in my Grey Assassin trilogy. Two things that have come up, which I want to let people know about, that are really important. The first one is that we have now officially announced the cover reveal. That is going to be happening on Tuesday the 18th. So 2 weeks from today, we will be revealing the cover of Heretic, and we will also have several other Athos Arts books which are going to be read from, and the covers of which are going to be revealed, including the Gen Con Writers Symposium book and several others. So that's going to be 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 18th. There is a possible wrinkle. I have jury duty on Monday of that week. So there is a wrinkle where I may not, it's possible I might not be here for that. I'm hoping that's not the case. Usually all I have to say is I'm a college professor and author, and they're like, thanks, you can go home. Don't call us, we'll call you. Like they don't want, I'm one of those lefty commies, you know, they don't want people with educations on a jury. Come on. Anyway, so hopefully that won't be an issue, but if it is an issue, then someone else will be running production and reading it. It'll happen regardless. I just don't know if I'm going to be here for it, although I suspect I will be, but again, knock on wood. So that's Tuesday the 18th. So big cover reveal there. Now, just announced, actually, or just confirmed, I should say, July 28th. Is a Sunday. The book is going to officially release by the end of July, so I won't give you the specific date, but you can probably put two and two together there. But we have a special pre-release event, which is going to be happening, and I just got confirmation this morning from the bookstore. Black Rock Books, which is a bookstore that I did my first reading at in Bridgeport, Connecticut, my first reading with the previous books. Black Rock Books in Bridgeport is going to be hosting an exclusive pre-release event on Sunday, the 28th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Now, I'm going to try to live stream this, and this time I'm going to try to live stream it where I actually have sound, as opposed to last time where I live streamed it and there was no sound because I don't know, because things happened and I couldn't figure it out in time. Anyway, that's not going to happen this time, so hopefully they'll be live streamed as well. But if you are in the Connecticut area, we would love to see you come by to Black Rock Books for an exclusive reading of Heretic. So I'm going to be doing some reading from Heretic during this cover reveal in a couple weeks online, but I'm also going to be revealing it, and you'll be able to buy copies of the book at this exclusive pre-release event. After that, you're going to have to wait several days for the official Tuesday release beyond it. So that's another big thing happening in late July, and that's going to happen literally just before we head out, like 2 or 3 days before I head out into Indianapolis for Gen Con, and then come back home for a day or two, and then head out to the United Kingdom for the last announcement that I want to make, a reminder about stuff, which is I have Worldcon happening in early August in Glasgow, hopefully, assuming I'm on programming, they'll let us know soon. And then after that, I'm going to be doing a live event with By the Dice Roll, which looks like this. There you go, right there. By the Dice Roll. That is the new group that was the GOG Stream Team D&D players, basically. So Peripheral Mike, now known as Wholesome Horror Gaming, Pyron Jade, Darksaber 2K, Undeveloped Bruce, Inanda, and Fleos. Those 6 players are now part of, along with me, are now a part of this new By the Dice Roll actual play group. And our first in-person event is going to be happening on Saturday, August 17th at the Clapham Omnibus Theater, which is where we're going to be doing this live D&D event from. This is, again, very exciting, and we already have started to sell tickets, which is great to see. I know that Effect Life is planning, I believe, on being there. I know that Classicor has said that he's going to try and probably will be able to get there. I know that a certain prominent artist that maybe of my acquaintance is trying to get there. So we're going to have a lot of European watchers that I've never been able to meet in person who are going to be there, and that would be really, really great. So there's no. The Buy the Dice Roll, no Effect Life. I was talking about there's a Sunday event July 28th in the States at a bookstore called BlackRock Books for my book Heretic that I'm doing a reading from. Totally separate. This thing that I'm talking, that was that thing. This thing I'm talking about now is Buy the Dice Roll, that D&D event. That's still happening Saturday. That's going to happen on Saturday going into Saturday evening. I don't know if we're going to do like a brunch beforehand or a lunch. My guess would be we might do a brunch and then do something else, or we might do a late dinner. I don't know. I'm not sure honestly how it's going to work. I'll probably be jet lagged to hell anyway, so or what the equivalent of it is. So we'll see. So I don't know. But it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited about that event. It's going to be great. It's going to be really like thrilling to do this in a former Victorian era library. That's going to be really cool. So it's going to be really slick. So, so those are the three announcements that I wanted to make. And also, of course, if you haven't signed up for Gen Con, the Writers Symposium, and any of the events there, remember we are doing a live D&D event there as well. That's going to conclude my second trilogy of Forbidden Library adventures or related adventures. So we will be doing one there as well. I've also got some workshops and panels and so on. So if you are going to Gen Con in Indianapolis in early August, definitely sign up for that. Make sure you do a search for that. It'll be great. I'm really pumped up about all of August. Basically is going to be awesome. In fact, like it's going to be very busy. I'm going to come home and probably collapse for 2 days. Like we're going to be home. I don't actually have school until the week after. So I'm going to have a couple days where I can just basically, I think, sleep until noon and tell the kids to watch TV or something. I don't think I'm going to be super, super busy for a couple days afterwards, but it's going to be well worth it. I'm sure it's going to be a memorable trip. So that's what we've got going on. All right. But now, chat, the time has come. It has come finally and completely. The moment has appeared. Hold on one second. Okay, right. There's that. Good. All right. Outstanding. So with all of that said, the time has come to move us over here because I see art is being produced already, chat. And you will definitely want to see this art because the time has come to introduce my good friend who you may get a chance to see. If you've ever been like, yeah, whatever, Arv. I mean, like, fine, we can see Arv. But, like, when do I get to meet the other talent, all right? Like, when do I get to meet the spectacular musicians, the artists, the video makers, all this stuff? When do I get to meet the legendary TariToons? May I introduce to you a person who may, it's not a guarantee, but may be there herself, coming all the way from the Netherlands. To grace us with her presence. That, of course, is TariToons. I'm basically just putting enormous pressure on you to be able to come, Tari, so that you don't, so that like whatever super excited things you can do to convince the consulate to give you the things you need to get across here, that's how I'm doing it.
Yes, because I have that pulling power, right?
All you have to do is be like, do you know who I am? Can't you just wave a crest at them, or something and be like, do you know what I'm doing? Do you know who I am? And then like, make a crest of like some special Germanic thing that will affect. There must be like a crest for like border guards or something, or like bureaucrats, right? There must be something for the consulate. There's got to be something for. Wasn't there a diplomatic flag? Weren't there diplomatic flags flown?
Government bodies very, very rarely only use crests. At best, they usually only have the arms. And even then, they usually just use the arms of whichever body of government they represent. So if they represent the government of the country, then they just use the regular old eagle.
Just the regular eagle.
The black eagle on the gold shield.
Well, it might take a little bit of research, but you just have to be like, they'd be like, we don't think we can do this. You're like, you don't think so? What if an eagle disagrees? And then you hand them their own special, like...
I don't think they would care, to be honest.
They're like, wow. And then they stamp it on your passport,
Of course, yeah. I mean, it is gonna be on my passport anyway because it goes on the front of it, the coat of arms. But that would be the German arms, which don't have a crest.
I
So
see. I see. Well, the person
mm.
I'm talking to about all this, of course, is the amazing TariToons. And
Hello.
hi, Tari. How are you? And life in the universe, your neck of the woods, and then we need to go over our guy here, our tempo.
Our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are good. Just drawing stuff here and there. Just doing Metal Gear Solid fan art lately. Very, very sorry to everybody who follows me on social media.
I
who,
saw some of those that you
has
posted
not
recently.
been following me for that kind of stuff, but I've gotten a metric fuck ton of new followers through that, so that is nice. It's nice when my stuff gets like noticed by like more than 5 people for once.
Yeah, no, that's great. And there's probably even more that can. They'll reach out to you and be like, "Hey, can you do some more Metal Gear?" You know, like that. What if they ask you to do a Metal Gear Baldur's Gate 3 crossover?
I wouldn't do that. I'm a bit over Baldur's Gate 3 at this point.
Are
To
you
be
sure
honest.
you wouldn't do it?
Well, like first of all, I'm not currently doing commissions, but also I'm a bit annoyed with like Baldur's Gate 3 as like a presence
Ah, yes.
currently. Like I fucking love the game, but like
It is a
bit
lot, isn't
tired
it?
of
Yeah.
seeing it all the
Oh
fucking
my
time. I
God, I
can't go
know.
anywhere.
I know.
Oh my god, the most insane thing happened while we're on the topic of Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
The other week, my boyfriend's band was playing
Okay.
a concert. And some friends of friends hung out there too, with whom I was chatting after the concert. And so those of you who don't know that fact, but I have the Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 1 logo tattooed very big on my shoulder. And that day I happened to be wearing a sleeveless shirt. So we were standing around this around this table, having a drink each, and one of them just asked me, "Hey, have you ever heard of Baldur's Gate?" And I just switched my hair to the side and leaned forward, putting my shoulder on display without a word. It was
It was a
stars aligned
flex,
that
is what you're
moment.
saying.
Yeah,
It was
slight
a
flex.
flex.
Yeah, felt good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that one. Maybe.
It reminds me of the Blues Brothers, where they're like, the section of the Blues Brothers. You've seen Blues Brothers, have you?
Yes,
seen?
yes,
Okay.
I've seen.
The section where Ray Charles is like, the guy's like, I don't know, Ray. I don't know about the action on this keyboard. He's like, I think it's probably okay. And then Ray Charles comes out and blows everyone away on the keyboard. And then afterwards, they're like, all right, I can see there's some action there, Ray. So I have this image of being, all right, you've done a little Baldur's Gate. You may know a little bit. That's when you respond with, nah, never heard of it. Yeah, sure. Like as you point to it, you're like, I don't know anything about it. Also, hi, Eyes. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. So yeah, so I just have this image though of, you just becoming this like, this person that everyone's just like, the person that you go to if you want anything related to Metal Gear or Baldur's Gate, and then they name like, 3 ridiculous, amazing franchises, and then you become the person.
Of course.
You're the crossover
I did become
person.
that for My Little Pony at some point.
Well, I forgot about that. That's another example. Yes.
No, like seriously, like at some point, like in my circle, like extended circle of like artist friends, I was like the girl who drew ponies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a thing.
That's the crossover we need.
And like at conventions, because we would always like attend as like one large group, like a large network of people. And if anybody asked like, "Hey, can you like do any ponies?" they would always like direct them to me directly.
Yep. Well, Tara, you know how you did the My Little Pony thing of me.
Yes, I do know.
Is there a reason that you haven't done a My Little Pony of Snake?
Because there's like already a billion versions of that already. It's like,
there are.
What can I contribute? Yeah.
Oh, what if you did Asterion as Snake in My Little Pony?
No, I don't
Yeah.
like. Well, I do like Astarion, but like, overrated character, massively overrated character.
Overrated character. Okay, fair enough. I'm just trying to build your fame. As your biggest art fan. I'm just trying to.
I can proudly say that I had my favorite character from that game is one of the most hated characters overall, which is the Emperor.
Okay.
Fucking love that guy. Amazingly well written character. But everybody hates him. And also, I'm sick and tired of seeing Gale's face everywhere. so much. I hate Gale. No, I think Gale is also a really good character, but like the fandom is very weird about him. Like, oh, he never did anything wrong. Woo. And it's like,
I'm telling you, crossovers. This is gonna happen. Okay, so we chat. Let's talk a little bit about the character. I want to go grab the book from the bookshelf. While I do that, perhaps Tari, you can go over the illustrations we did. I guess what we've done so far for him. And I'm gonna go get the book, and I'll be right back.
Sure. Okay, so we are starting off at session 1 then. This is the 3rd session today. So here is one inspired by the official cover art of the book. Then this is our hero, question mark, our protagonist. Very different things, protagonist and hero. Tempo Arenavore.
Yep, there's our boy. Yep.
There he is again on his trusty steed.
That's right. Whose name is apparently just horse, or like roach
horse.
Or something like
horse.
Something. Yeah.
Then when we got picture. A game over because we walked in the wrong direction
and got depressed. Like that's basically what depressed. It is. We walked away and got depressed. This also reminds me a lot, by the way, of the end of every Incredible Hulk 70s TV show episode where the Bill Bixby is walking, or Bruce Banner's walking away, and there's the da 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 da, and he's like walking down the road sadly. So that's what
I've not seen a single episode of that show.
Oh, of the Incredible Hulk TV show. It was very big deal
exists,
at the time.
But like I've never seen it.
It had some very good moments to it, like Lou Ferrigno. I mean, I guess the special effects, whatever, it was 70s, right? But but the transition. Bill Bixby played Bruce Banner. The transition of him transforming into the Hulk was scary as hell. Like, and that's part of the whole thing with the Hulk, right? Is always this fear of uncontrolled anger. It's all a metaphor for that. So as someone who grew up myself very, very worried about uncontrolled anger that, could affect me, it was very much like, oh God. So it was very effective in that regard. I see. And actually last side, like, I know this person, Flex, the guy who was responsible for bringing that to TV, who basically spearheaded the creation and everything. That's Lawrence Queso, who is the producer at The Klein, who's the guy that who made it possible for us to do our live D&D events. So anyway.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Very cool. All right. So that was the guy walking away from the sword.
Then the potions that
the weird potions. We still have those. We still have not drunk those yet. Chat, don't remind me if we want to drink them.
To our guy or mentor, or did we give him something?
No,
else?
We gave him a gold piece.
We
gave him a gold piece.
Oh yeah, the creepy puppet shelf.
Creepy dolls. It's a very strange book. Yes, creepy dolls.
The random rainbow flag.
Because it said in the book that the flag was flying with pride, and Tara was like,
yes.
Pride? And then
Oh yeah, happy Pride Month, everybody, by the way.
Yes, happy Pride Month.
So then the next session, last session, this was the warm-up sketch.
Yep.
Just a guy having a smoke because I like drawing people smoking, even though I fucking hate smoking. Then the sands of time.
I love that one.
Consuming us.
So good. So great.
I forgot that I drew that.
Because this book is timed, chat. So there is our time is a factor that we have to think about. I love that picture. That was my favorite one that we did so far of this book.
And then this whole discussion.
Is it Pomander or Pomander?
Pomander.
God, that expression is so great.
Tomato.
That's so good. We learned so much. We did learn so much.
Then our mentor
your name and your purpose
snuck up on us.
Yep. That is not Gray Shade, chat. To be clear, if it were Gray Shade, the guy would already be dead. If he wanted to kill him,
so technically
that's true. No, I'm saying if he wanted to be that, if he wanted him dead, that's what would have happened. But I mean, Gray Shade would, that's not how he rolls, at least not later on.
Yeah, I was more inspired by the way Venom Snake CQCs people in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yep, I could imagine Garrett from Thief as well, but that's kind of a deeper cut for some. If you will,
I did play that game.
So good. That was so atmospheric.
Traumatized me really badly as a kid.
because of the freaking the dead, like the graves, like type of thing. And they have to have an asylum
I
level.
only made it past like to the beginning of the second level, right? To the mines.
Oh yeah.
And like I don't remember, like I don't know if that's actually how it went down, but the way I remember it happening was like you go into this mine shaft and there's like super eerie sounds, right? And there's like corpses on like puddles on the floor, and you walk past them, and then once you walk past them, they come back alive.
Yeah. Oh god.
And I screamed and turned the game off and never played it again.
Yep. So freaking creepy.
Horrifying.
So creepy. Totally agree. Yeah, like when I played the remake, because they always have to have an asylum level, and I was just like, yep, I'm like, lights up, music on, speed run. So the whole thing's like, like you could not be scared when you're playing it that way. And I was like, I want no immersion. I want not to be immersed. Do not immerse me in any of this.
Not with those kind of games. I also don't want to be immersed. But yeah, our guy did lose his shirt because it was burned away or something. Like we had to throw it away because
of acid. Like there was like this acid on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now our guy is topless.
Yeah, that Tari was really broke. I was going to say really broken up about that. Like that was really.
Yeah. And here's our guy counting his money for bribing the guards at the gate to what was the place called?
To get into the city, and failed to do so. Oh, it's the city of Calamare. But and we didn't do that, and so we had to like. I think we had to like fight them or do something. I don't remember exactly that part of it. We will find out.
When we like horribly failed with the bribing stuff.
Yeah, the bribing did not work.
Nope.
And so that's our boy today.
To this session, this is today's warm up.
Yep.
Just posing for the cover of the magazine.
Right. I imagine that he's doing the right? Like I'm guessing. Because of the strength. I would like to point out that he is more ripped now than he was last week. Okay, I'm not going to get into that battle. I'm not just kidding. I'm just joking. Ripped versus shredded versus everything else. Okay, let's figure out soundtrack. These look great, Tari. I'm excited for today.
What did we do last? Because we did mention
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Prince of Persia games, so we can just stick with those.
That's true. We only did what? I think we did Sands of Time only.
Yeah. Could be, I don't know.
Because we did the Wizards and Warriors themes, and then we did Prince of Persia. We could also do the ActRaiser soundtrack, but let's do Prince of Persia. What the heck was it Dueling Warriors? What the heck is the sequel to Sands of Time? Is it Warrior Within?
Not Warrior Within. That's the third one, right? Isn't it like twin? Oh, something with two or twin.
It is Warrior Within is the second game. Yeah, but Sands of Time is game 3 then, right? So
well, you had like the original like DOS games, right?
Well,
Prince
yeah.
of Persia,
Yeah.
1 and 2. And then Sands of Time was like the reboot.
Sands of Time was the reboot, right? Oh, there was Two Thrones also. That's the one. Two Thrones. Okay. So
see.
All right, let me get that one.
So was that the second or the third one then?
Thank you, Imaginary. He said third.
We don't need to listen to these in order.
It goes Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones. That's the trilogy. Okay. So yeah, Two Thrones. Let's go with Two Thrones. I'm going to pop up the soundtrack and then I'll send it to you in just a moment. As soon as we get over this obnoxious ad. Okay. And it is now in chat. All right. Music.
There.
Music. Oh, geez. Okay. It's there. It exists. Like there was just silence. I'm like, Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay, now you want to replay Warrior Within. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit of a Prince of Persia itch myself, Imaginary. The new one that came out is one that I might want to take a look at. The Rogue, or no, the Lost Crown, I think it is the one that came out recently. So, all right, Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. Chat, can you hear this? Is it too loud? What the hell? That's really funny. It's okay? All right. Check out the magazine cover. Fashion magazine. Skin the clothes. I like that it makes no reference at all to, like, shouldn't there be something where it's like Tempo, The Greatest Love, or the Loving the Great, or something, like some reference to him specifically.
Oh, I just copy-pasted a thing from image search. So.
I love it. It's really funny. Yeah. You don't want to mess around with Tempo. So that's our guy. So, chat, here's the deal with the book that we are playing. Whoa. As I say something, Aaron subscribes with Prime for 48 months. Thank you, Aaron. 4 years. You have reached the 4-year milestone. Aaron, welcome. Thank you so much for that. Enjoy the coveted 4-year sub badge, which is pretty cool. Coveted. So definitely thanks for that. And yeah, so let's get rolling. Now, for those of you who have not been in chat before, this is the way that we do these things. We do every month a Fighting Fantasy game book playthrough where we literally read from, these are originals, okay, from like actual book. And then chat makes the decisions using our voting bot in chat, known as, of course, ArvBot Plus, coded by the amazing Effect Life, also in chat. So you get to have your own say in what this looks like, while it is live illustrated by the incomparable TariToons, who is amazing at cutting and pasting people onto magazine covers. No, she does more than that. But anyway, so that's what you can see there. So Tempo has a skill of 12, which is exceptional, stamina of 14 out of 17, 9 luck, 4 gold, and 5 provisions. We have at the moment, we've used 12 time blocks. Now, the reason for that is that we're trying to save our city before it falls to the enemy. And as of right now, we have used up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're about a little over halfway through our time. So we've got to make an effort to try to get the rest of the way before the city falls. And we are back in Calamere now, having gained a few things. We have gotten a buckler, which gives us +1 to skill in combat. We have a Fang Thane steel sword, which means that on a double 6, the enemy we fight instantly dies. We have battered leather armor. We have a pomander of herbs, very important. We have 3 potions that we could try at any time, and you should tell me, chat, if you want to try one of these at some point. We have no idea what they do yet. We have died once. And we have 4 save points, and we are now back in Calamere, but we had to sneak our way in. Basically, we had to semi-fight our way and then sneak our way in because there are apparently problems. The person who sent us out on this mission, Lady Carolina, is dead, and now we don't know what's going to happen afterwards, but it's going to be an issue. We met up with the sort of person who runs the palace right now, after Lady Carolina's death. And there's one person who basically is saying that, like, we are sketchy and we can't be trusted, and we are saying that the other guy is sketchy and can't be trusted, and that there's a problem for the city and the city's in danger. And so the person who's actually responsible said that she has to think about it and hasn't made a decision yet. So we went to our room, but obviously we're not going to stay there. We're heroes. Look at this. Does that guy in the magazine, is that the kind of person who stays on a magazine cover? He is a man of action. He's going to move and do things. So we went out to see if we could gather more information, and that leads us to this save point. So let's do it. All right. Good. You creep along the walkway and... Sorry, what's up?
No, to go on. I was going to make a stupid joke.
Oh, okay. You creep along the walkway until you reach the point where it meets the keep. From here, it is only a short drop onto the slightly sloping roof of the keep of the palace. Above you rises the keep's tower, but you devote your attention to the keep below. The winged creature came from one of the windows below, but you're not certain which one. The keep has 4 walls looking into the courtyard, and each has a small casement window. Around the edge of the keep runs a row of ornamental spikes, round which you'll be able to loop the rope. You'll be able to lower yourself down the wall to peer in at each of the windows. And that leads us to our first poll question of the day, chat, which is, where should we go? Should we go to... Okay, do we go down the far left wall? Do we go down the center, which I will spell with an R-E, as tribute to our British cousins and to where this thing is from? The left, actually not the center wall, sorry. The left center wall, or the right center wall, or the far right wall.
Wait, what are we looking at besides from like a bunch of walls?
We're looking down into a courtyard, and the keep has 4 walls that are looking into the courtyard, and each one of those walls has a window, and there's a row of ornamental spikes that we can loop our rope around. So the question is, which window do we peer into? So chat, I'm going to open this up. $ vote space 1 means we vote to go down and look at the far left wall. $ vote space and the number 2 means we look at the left center wall. $ vote space and the number 3 means we look at the right center wall. And $ vote space and 4 means we look at the far right wall. That's what Arenth has just voted for. So please get in your votes now. Feel free to tell people in chat why you're voting the way you are. You can definitely do that. Please get your votes in.
So we are like sneaking around the keep now, or what?
Yes, because because remember one of the dudes who's like trying to convince the lady who's in charge now that we obviously are sketchy, and we know that we're not sketchy, so that means that dude is sketchy. So basically,
well, I mean, we are literally sketchy. I'm not putting like all the details into these.
You have literally made him sketchy. That's true, actually. Maybe the guy's right. Maybe we're the bad guys. Oh no.
Are we the baddies?
It's an existential sketch crisis. All right, so we have 2 votes for left center and 1 vote for far right. Get your votes in now, chat.
Yeah, please don't vote for the far right. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point.
Speaking of voting, dear people, I think tomorrow... Wait, let me look this up again real quick. Yes, this week, starting Thursday, if I see this right. It's elections for the European Parliament.
Oh,
so
important.
Please, everybody in the EU, go fucking vote, or I will personally come to your door and be very annoying at you.
Especially if you see her at this August event, then she'll just be like, you'll be like, did you vote? No, and then then she's gonna show you the shoulder with the skull on it from Baldur's Gate, and then shoulder block. You know what I'm saying? No, vote. You need to vote all the time, and obviously in America we have a big election coming up in November. But yeah, you got to vote all the time. Okay, last call for left center wall, far right wall, right center left wall, far left wall. Given this metaphor, I would be happy if the left center ends up winning. I'm far left to left center. I'm all good with.
I have a feeling that this question in the book would have been phrased differently if it was written today.
Yeah, but I don't know how they would do that. Like, they would say like the leftmost wall, maybe, or something that doesn't,
left-hand wall,
the left-hand wall. Yeah.
The starboard wall.
The starboard wall. There's Klingons on the starboard wall. All right. Okay, we're going to close it. The left center wall, it is, chat. Let's do it. All right, here, let's see what happens in the left center wall. You were instantly killed. No. You lower yourself slowly down the wall until you are level with the window. Then you crane your head round to peer in. This room is quite sparingly furnished, containing nothing more than a bed, a couple of chairs, and a dressing table with mirror. On the bed, Asia Alabdur sits bolt upright, fully dressed. She stares at one of the empty chairs and seems to be conducting a conversation. You catch brief snatches. I remember when you first came to Calamare and I introduced you to Baron Bluestone. Who would have known then that you were to marry him? Such a sweet, innocent young thing you were. What's that? You must stop worrying about Calamare, Carolina. I'm sure Madherios has everything under control. There's no more you can learn here. You pull yourself back up the wall of the keep. Now that's interesting, chat, because that just gives us information. I don't know what to put in the notes for that. I guess, all right. So was she like maybe having like she was like sleep talking basically? Asia, what was her name? Asia Albudur. I think that's actually Asia is, I think, the woman that is in charge of the keep that is trying to make her decision about what to do with us. So, introduced you. introduced you to Baron Bluestone. Was talking to Baron Bluestone. Quote, yeah, I'll probably do that. Quote, Mad Harios has it all under control. Don't know who that dude is, but okay, whoops, advertisement. Go away, advertisement. We won't want advertisement. I'm just going to talk over you until we go back to the soundtrack. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, so we saw... Asia Ablador. Okay. All right. I don't know what that's about, but we're going to see. Hey, Classic Or. If phrasing like far left wall is considered wrong and inappropriate, so he's messed up with the whole multiple meanings thing. That's true. Yeah, no, I think it's okay, Effect Life. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I see what you mean. That's not a bad idea, actually. Page 94. Okay. All right. So that means we now pull ourselves back up to. Now it says if this is the third window you've looked in, blah, blah, blah. Or, so since it's not the third window, but that's important to keep that in mind. So that what that means now is we have other choices. So we can now go to the far left wall, the right center wall, the far right wall, or we can go return to our quarters. Okay, so remember, chat, that means we have at least a second window that we can look at apparently safely. So far, we've looked at the left center wall. So now we have the far left wall, the right center wall, the far right wall, or go back to our quarters. And it says the thing about if this is your third window. So we can at least look at the second window, I would say, safely. The question is, which window are we talking about?
The window of opportunity?
The window of opportunity. Can we board the Millennium Falcon? Yes, that's true. If we had the Millennium Falcon, things would be a lot easier here. Please get your votes in. Hey, Betrader. $ vote space 1 for the far left wall. $ vote space 2 for the right center wall. $ vote space 3 for the far right wall. $ vote space 4 for return to our quarters. Oh, I'm sorry, Emily. Well, hopefully you can check in with us on the phone. If not, I'll be over on GogCom's Twitch channel later today with some Black Geyser. I'll be back Thursday night with Final Fantasy. So.
Which Final Fantasy?
Yes, and
7 remake,
7
right?
Rebirth, actually. And yes, I announced. I don't know if you were here for that, Emily, but I announced that. And reading is definitely happening in 2 weeks. Whether it's me doing it or whether it's another guest host on this channel doing it. I forgot. This is a good soundtrack. Two Thrones. I forgot about that.
Oh wait, I forgot to turn the music on. I'm like, it's fine.
Oh, you need that. That's like.
How far in is the music? At what time stamp?
We are right now at 14 minutes and 43 seconds. This is number 8, the I Still Love You. Yeah, this is good stuff. Can I get the details? Yes. So we are playing Slaves of the Abyss Classicore. Our hero was sent out by Lady Carolina of Calamare to try to save our city. When we got out there, we found out that there was this invading horde that we had to go back to warn the people of our city about. But when we got back there, Lady Carolina has died under somewhat mysterious circumstances, maybe. And this woman, who I think is named Asia Albador, who may or may not be a good guy. It's not clear that she's negative to us. But anyway, she's trying to coordinate the city now. And there's another guy who I think is like the head of the guard or something, who was talking about how, like, trying to get her to disbelieve our story. It was like, oh, there's no invading horde, it's fine, which means that guy's super sketch. So we then were sent to our quarters for sleep while she was trying to figure everything out. We then went out to gather some information. And so far, we've gone down and looked at one window, the left center window, where we saw that same woman, I believe it is the same woman, there talking to someone random, maybe sleep talking or something. And she was talking about a couple things that I've put in the notes there. So now we are going back down to look at a second window. So that's basically where we're at. Oh, sorry. You meant, I beg your pardon. Sorry, Classicor. Yes, sorry. The reading for that is going to be happening in 2 weeks on this channel at 12:30. Sorry. I had 3 readings on the brain. I had the reading of this right now. I had the reading that I'm doing at BlackRock Books, and I had the reading event that we're doing here on the channel in 2 weeks. My bad. All right, Emily, be well.
I really fucking hope I can come to England. Like, I'm so hyped. My God.
Me too.
What did I do?
Me too. Super pumped. Still remains. Song's good. Okay, going once, going twice, and wait for it. Okay, the right center wall it is. All right, chat. Right center wall. Yeah, definitely go check out go check that out as well, chat, if you can. Please, sharing that as well is really helpful. The GoFundMe for Athis's projects that they've taken on of late, in particular, translation projects, stuff with the Ukrainian projects, which also involves translation at times. So, yeah. Exactly, Classicore. Okay, so we are going with the right center wall. You lower yourself slowly down the wall until you are level with the window. Then you crane your head round to peer through it. Inside, Dunyazad of Ikhtian, this is one of the like heads of the city, sits on the floor, carefully packing clothing and jewelry into a small iron-bound trunk. Obviously, she is preparing for an urgent journey or escape. That's interesting. So Dunyazad is preparing for a journey or escape. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's not... it doesn't necessarily mean that she's dirty, but it could be. Hang on just a second.
Certainly doesn't make her look good, does it?
No, it does not. I always pack a bag. Always in time. Okay. All right. Done. Yazad.
One of my old dogs, her name was Dunya.
Oh, yeah? Dunya.
Yeah.
That's cool. Preparing for journey or escape. Page. What page is that? 218. Okay. So that was our second window that we've now looked at, chat. So now we clear those. So now that we've looked at that, that was the right center wall, I believe. So now it's the far left wall, the far right wall, or return to our quarters. So let me just switch that. Far left wall, far right wall, or return to our quarters. Okay, what's it going to be, chat? We can either go down the far left wall, go down the far right wall, or return to our quarters. It asked if this is the third window that we've looked at, and it is not. It's only the second window that we've looked at so far. So here we go. Do we go down the far left wall, far right wall, return to our quarters? This is really interesting, by the way, this concept of, like, trying to gather info. You got a UK socket adapter today? No real reason. That I have to make sure that I do that before I head over. That's going to be very important.
Oh, right. I completely forgot. Wait. Do they use different ones from like everybody else?
Yeah, you have to plug it in on the left side. No, just kidding.
Hey.
Oh
Wait.
man. But it is a different. It's a different wattage, voltage, something.
They do use different plugs over there than over here.
Mhm.
Interesting. I'm assuming my boyfriend would know. He did live in England for a bit, so.
Yeah, but that was in the before times. Now every plug is required to be branded with a Union Jack.
I see.
You know.
I see. Just to piss off the continental tourists.
That's it.
I hate that word so much. I hate that term so much.
From the
When
continent.
they call stuff continental.
The UK is the
fucking
only.
worst.
It's the only country that uses a different plug in the European continent.
Oh, of course. Of
But
course. What about?
See, but it's
Okay,
different
but
from
that's-
America though, because America is 240 is the standard, 120 and 240. So we have to get a different plug and also an inverter. I used to have an old travel one that had a bunch. It was very cool. It had like all different plugs for different countries that had different ones. I may have to do something like that again. Volt and Buckshire.
A friend
or
of
something,
mine from Arizona, when they were here in the Netherlands for like studying for university, they had like this plug cube basically that had like different plugs that you could like flip in and out.
Yeah.
Or like different outlets.
Very slick.
Insane thing, yeah.
It's very slick. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do that. That will be necessary. I'm going to have to be plugging things in a fair bit, I imagine, especially when doing certain streams, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to have to do that. Okay. So going once, chat, going twice. I'm glad that you have all chosen to keep going down the left side of things, at least the far left side. I'm very proud of all of you. All right. The far left wall. All right, let's do it.
You're totally not politically motivated here. No.
Not in the least. Ooh, there's a picture of this one. Okay. You lower yourself slowly down the wall until you are level with the window. Then you cred, everybody. No. Then you crane your head round to peer in. A lantern illuminates an opulently furnished room. You see nothing suspicious, however, and are about to pull yourself back up when there is a knock at the door. And then there is a picture here, I believe, that I have for you. So let me double check this. I mean, for those of you who care about art, I don't know who that would be, but
Not me.
no, I mean, geez.
What do I look like? A nerd?
A nerd. Okay, let's see. So all right. No, all right. I don't have a picture for this. So instead, I will have to... There are 34 reasons. I see what you did there. All right, Chad, I'm going to give you the main window for a moment here. This is what you see. From under the huge bed crawls the quaking, blubbery form of Madarios, who's another one of the city elders, dressed in a nightgown. He opens the door a crack and peers out. A tray piled high with food is passed to him, then he quickly slams and bars the door again. He turns to the tray and greedily rips a leg off a chicken.
Okay.
There's your guy.
Wait, so how was he described?
He was
Blubbery?
he was blubbery, but he pulled himself from under his bed, and he's freaked out about something, obviously.
What does blubbery mean in this context? Also, wow, I love the way the folds are drawn on the sleeve.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of folds of fat, like having the characteristic of a whale, that kind of blubbery. Like imagine the Baron from Dune or whatever. You know that guy.
Not seen or read this one.
Oh, okay. Well, imagine super, like, comically fat, basically, would be the way that I would describe it. The quaking and blubbering, that's me before the first day of the day, first coffee of the day. Okay, so he turns to the tray and greedily rips a leg off a chicken. As he raises it to his mouth, he pauses, then stares suspiciously at it. His eyes dart about the room anxiously. Then he flings the food from him and sits back on the bed, shooting glances around the room, his nose twitching constantly. You haul yourself back up to the roof. Okay, so this guy is freaked out about something. The question is what, but that is super sus. So, all right, Medeiros. Let's see. Medeiros. Freaked out by something. Super sus.
Maybe he just had a bad dream. Shouldn't just assume shit about people.
Listen, the guy didn't even want. The guy clearly wants to eat the chicken and doesn't even eat the chicken. So something's clearly wrong. All right, there we go. So we know that Azia was talking to Baron Bluestone. Or no, she introduced the person she was talking to Baron Bluestone, although she was probably just like asleep, like sleep talking. Dunyazad is preparing for journey or escape, and Medeiros is freaked out by something. So it's the classic chat. Everyone is suspectable. Like everyone is sus. That's great. Okay, now this is the third window you have looked in, and it is. Then, you are just about to unhook the rope from the spike it was wrapped around when you notice a guardsman coming along the walkway. He hasn't spotted you quite yet, but he will be passing very close to you. Will you, chat, flatten yourself against the roof in the hope that he won't spot you? Shoot the... do we have a... No, we don't even have a crossbow, so never mind. Or slide down the rope to the shadows of the courtyard below. So we basically have two options here, chat, that I'm going to open up this for. Okay, $ vote space 1 is we flatten yourself against the roof in the hope that he won't spot you. $ vote space 2 means you slide down the rope to the shadows of the courtyard below. So flatten against the roof is $ vote space 1. Slide down the rope is $ vote space 2. If no pew-pew is available, seek shadows. Yeah, so do we flatten ourselves against the roof in the hope that he won't spot you, or slide down the rope to the courtyard below? I don't know that there's a lot of room on the roof, is there? When in doubt, become gray shade. That's true. That's actually that's a good way to look at the world in general, I think. Just when in doubt. Nobody ever looks up. You could always pretend you're a gargoyle. Yep. Even though his sword is exposed. So everyone can now see him. I hear a bunch of rink going on in the background there. Rink! Rink!
What's that noise?
99.99 seconds. Snake, snake, snake. Or no, it'd be tempo, tempo, tempo. Okay. All right. All right, last call, chat. $ vote space 1 to flatten yourself against the roof in the hope that he won't spot you. $ vote space 2 is slide down into the courtyard.
Slide to the left. Knight to the right.
Just a move to the left.
Crisscross. Crisscross.
And then I jump to the right.
I was doing a
I know.
different song.
No, I know you were. Push a minecart in front of the guard. Okay. All
Raw
right.
magazine
Once,
to,
going twice.
distract them.
That's true. Or a rock. Or just put ourselves in a cardboard box. Okay, so we're going to flatten
Oh,
ourselves
yes.
against the roof. All right. You lie flat and hold your breath as the footsteps of the guard come closer. Then they pause. A voice rings out. All right, you. On your feet, now. Reluctantly, you clamber to your feet and turn to face the guardsman who's covering you with a crossbow. He calls out, and soon you are circled by guards who escort you along the walkway to the guardhouse, where you are warned to stay in your quarters. A guardsman is given instructions to make sure you don't try any more midnight wandering. Okay.
No more midnight roguing.
No more midnight cowboying. You return to your
I
quarters.
was doing a reference to one of the previous books we did.
Oh, that's right, Midnight Rogue. Yes, of course,
Yes.
of course. That's true. That's a good callback. You return to your quarters and spend the rest of the night on your uncomfortable straw pallet. Next morning, a palace guardsman bursts into your quarters and demands that you follow him. He leads you to the antechamber and ushers you in. No sooner have you walked past him than the pommel of his sword descends on the back of your head and you crumple to the ground. Well, god damn it. You wake up in a cell. You cannot tell what time of day it is. The hours drag by and nobody appears at the grill.
Oh, no.
The dull ache of hunger grows and your spirits desert you. Column is doomed. Well,
No!
goddammit. I guess we don't flatten ourselves against the roof, chat. Deaths 2. Dun,
Well,
dun,
technically
dun.
we didn't die so far. We just failed.
We just starved.
No,
Fail count 2.
Did it say starved?
I mean, it says the ache of hunger grows.
Well,
think
that
we just-
doesn't mean that we do starve.
Yeah, it just means we're really hungry all the time now. And that's
Yeah.
okay. Yep. So unfortunately, that did not work, chat. So we're going to go back to the save point, basically. And this time we are going to slide down the rope to the shadows of the courtyard because we obviously can't do what we did this last time. So sliding down, Star Vanilla. He didn't Gray Shade enough. Exactly. And Gray Shade would have slid down the rope. That's what Gray Shade would have done. Slipping back over the spikes, you slide down the rough rope. You land lightly in the courtyard and hurry into the shadows nearby,
sounds
keeping your eye on the guard
painful.
above you. I know. Bzzz, ah!
Like the burn?
Yeah,
from
that's
the
what I'm saying,
rope,
like-
right? Jesus.
You look across to the door of the servants' quarters, wondering if you'll be able to make it over there unobserved. Maybe he's got gloves.
No, he doesn't. Didn't draw him
Yeah,
with
it's
gloves.
your own fault for drawing him. You know, you're the one who wanted him half naked.
It's
So
all my fault.
Yep. Okay, suddenly you hear the sound of grating metal nearby. Behind you is a small metal door which leads into one of the outbuildings of the palace. A key is turning in the lock. You flatten yourself against the wall by the side of the door. It is flung outward, nearly crushing you. From your hiding place behind the door, you hear several voices. You recognize one as that of Luthauer, the traitorous adventurer who embarrassed you in front of Dunyazad. Put up quite a struggle, eh, lads? He said. Yes, Luthor, they don't call him Ramades the Invincible for nothing. Even with enough brew inside and a drop of dragon, he fought like a dozen men. Ah, don't worry, the other one will be a lot easier. Do they mean you? Tempo Arenivore? The voices reach the other end of the courtyard and you hear a door slam. For some reason, they've left this door open. Now, you're given a choice of 3, but one of those choices brings us literally back to the place where we get knocked out. So we're obviously not going to do that. So your choices are, chat. I know, I should, right? Why not? So our choices are, will you creep cautiously down the passage that the men came out of, or will you spend the rest of the night hidden in the stables? $sign vote space 1 means you slip cautiously down the passage the men came out of. $sign vote space 2 means that you spend the rest of the night hidden in the stables. So get your vote in now, chat.
Crawling through the shadows.
Crawling to the thicket. Thicket, 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 thicket.
That's the techno remix, yeah.
Thicket, thicket, thicket. Techno twister. Thicket, 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 thicket. Yes, indeed.
Ah yes, drawing athletic poses without any reference. What could possibly go wrong? This will look so legit once I'm done with it.
Too legit. Too legit. Okay. All right, we have 2 votes in. Get your votes in now, chat. Get your votes in. Oh, hey, ho. Oh, hey, ho, ho. Okay. Some RFD protection from credit cards. London is card friendly, but that carries its own risks. Ah, yes. Keep that in mind. We have a lot of chip cards, and that should hopefully help. All right, last call, last call.
What about paying cash? Like,
I know, right? I brought
I don't have a credit card.
I brought extra cash with me on the trip down to Three Rivers this last weekend, but a lot of the places now are cashless, and I'm like, I get that-ish, but I don't know. There are problems with not allowing cash in places. Okay.
Yeah, that's like a huge thing, like, since I moved here from Germany. Like, Germany is very much still a cash place. Like, anything electronic is evil and from Satan. But meanwhile, the Netherlands, everything is done by card. Like, you can't even buy a bus ticket without a
Interesting.
card. Which has caused many problems for me previously, because, yeah, very much used to being able to just pay cash everywhere.
Interesting. I wonder, like, is that because of, like, tech savviness or something? Or, like...
Oh, yeah, the Netherlands is, like, very... Ooh, technology, blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And Germany, like, we still use fax machines, so...
Oh, man. I've sold a bunch of stuff as part of a move. I suddenly have wads of cash. I feel like I don't know what to do with it or how it even works. If people get cash, you end up with coins. What the hell do you even do with them? I know. I actually save quarters because of parking meters. Sometimes still take quarters. But other than that, I've taken to just when I get change being like, since every place on God's green earth now wants tips, I'm just kind of like, bam, like, here, you've given me extra cash, you change here, take a tip. Like, I just basically have started to round up everywhere because it just, rather than walk around with a bunch of extra change, except for quarters. Okay, so it looks like we are going with, chat has made the executive decision to do the first of those things, and that is to creep cautiously down the passage the men came out of. So let's see how that all works. The passage is very dark, and after a few yards you nearly tumble down a steep flight of stairs. After a tortuous descent, the passage widens out. Actually, I'm going to give myself a save point by here because we got all those notes and stuff, and it's going to confuse me if I don't do that. All right, 204 is where we're at.
Very glad to have given this guy very loose, poofy pants. Hides a lot of the anatomy that I would otherwise have to deal with.
It's great, just pants.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now he's
here's
sliding
proof.
down this way, yeah. Okay, so the passage is very dark. After a few yards, you nearly tumble down a steep flight of stairs. After a tortuous descent, the passage widens out, and you see the warm glow of torchlight ahead. You make your way past a row of empty cells into a rough-hewn caravan full of shadowed niches and alcoves. Your attention is drawn to the large metal grill set into the floor. At its center is a trapdoor of thinner bars. A few feet from them, you make out a pair of hands gripping the grill tightly. Stepping closer, you see that a man is hanging from the grill, while below him a huge shape moves in the darkness, making foul sucking and gurgling noises, which sounds like this, chat.
Stop. No. You.
If you have a crossbow and wish to shoot the creature, well, we don't have a crossbow. So, will we leave the chamber or rush to open the trap door? Interesting. All right, chat. So again, $vote space 1 means that we are going to leave the chamber. $vote space 2 means we're going to rush to open the trap door. So what are we going to do? Are we going to leave the chamber or rush to open the trap door? Or 3, imitate this sound. Good times, good times. Oh. Do we open the trapdoor? Trapdoor! Open the trapdoor! Ooh-hee! The trapdoor! Trapdoor, trapdoor, trapdoor.
I think I'm actually doing pretty well without even using a reference.
I would say so. I love the expression as always.
Thank you.
Doom ba ba ding ba bom ba ding dong bing a doom ba ba ne ma na bom ba dum. What's the worst that happened? We could die again. It's true. The man can keep hanging, but that monster's a weapon. All right, last call. Chat seems to be in agreement on this one, I think. Chat's like, yeah. We're thinking about it. All right, let's see. Going once. Going twice. All right, we're going to open that trap door. Okay. You cross to the barred trapdoor. It has a lock on it, but when you grasp the bars, you find it has been unlocked. You lift it easily with both hands and reach through to see whether you can grasp the man's hand. Unfortunately, he is too far away, so you call to him to edge closer. From his muscular build, you guess that this is Ramades the Invincible, Lady Carolina's champion. He starts to make painful progress towards you, one hand at a time. Then you are aware of somebody behind you, just as they kick you violently in the back, sending you headlong into the gurgling darkness. All right. Oh my god, this is actually a really cool picture. All right. I hope that we have this so I can show it on screen more easily. I mean, it's not as cool as Tari's stuff, obviously, but that, you know. Naturally.
Natural. Yeah, I was hoping to make the drawing hot instead of cool. Oh well. Womp womp.
You want to make him hot? Or what was the...
Well, he already is hot, but like, you know, by having him in the drawing. You know.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess I suppose it depends on, you know, I don't know, some people sliding down a rope,
whether or not he's
parkour.
ripped or...
Yeah, exactly. Well, his hands are ripped now. Ew.
Oh! To shreds, you say?
To shreds. All right, give me, come on, give me this one. No. All right, I'll have to show you folks the old-fashioned way. So here we go. I'll show it on stream. This is what you see. I will block off the area that is not relevant to our discussion. That's what we see. Isn't that a cool picture?
Oh, damn. That's dope.
I love that's very cool all the way around. There you go, chat. Looking into your soul. Your soul! Okay. Right. You land painfully on the soft floor of the pit. To one side, you can make out a single luminous eye regarding you from amid a bulky, shifting mass of mottled gray flesh. Beneath the eye is a gaping black maw from which come ghastly sucking noises. It is a quadrant, a horror bred by only the most loathsome and warped sorcerers. You have only a moment in which to act, chat. And you have basically two choices. Fight the horror with your sword. We do have our Fang Thane steel sword. So fight the horror. Oh wait, I'm sorry, this is a binary choice. I don't need to do this. So either fight the horror with your sword. That's $vote space 1. Or number 2 is flee up the rough walls of the pit. Where the hell are we going to flee to? Anyway, $vote space 1 is fight the horror with your sword. $vote space 2 is to flee up the rough walls of the pit. I mean, we will need, so $vote space 1, fight it. $vote space 2, flee. To the great, I guess, he said.
To the pain.
To the pain. You have to stand up to bullies, especially the Slurpee-sounding ones. Exactly.
Ugh.
Give me your lunch money. You're too hot to live. Anyone who slides down a rope without needing gloves.
No, it's like specifically one of those gym ropes, like the extra soft ones.
Oh, yeah. Very,
and of
like,
course he had chalk on hand.
Right. Sure. Which he carefully put on because they had a helpfully placed chalk thing so he could do the, all right, I'm ready. The eyeball is a universal vulnerability we can't miss. That's true. That's the flashing red weak spot, right?
But we have to, hit it 3 times.
Exactly. It will flash yellow when we hit it, and then it will open up its mouth, and then we hit it for red. That's how that works.
We need to throw a bomb in there.
Yes.
That's how that works.
What's his name? Dodongo. I see. That was a Zelda joke. Throw a red turtle shell at it. That yes, true. Okay, going once, going twice. All right, let's roll. So we are gonna go fight this thing. Good for you, chat. It's time for combat. Screw this guy. Well, actually, don't do that. That could be a problem. The quadrant fights by sucking its victims into its mouth and then stripping their flesh off. So it says, if we lose an attack to the quadrant, it sucks you into its mouth, and you will then begin to lose 2 points of stamina per round as it begins to suck the flesh off your bones. Yeah, let's not have that happen, chat. Let's defeat this. Okay, it's got a skill of 8, and we have a skill of 13. Let's take this bastard down. So
it's like with, I know they did reuse that one for the Boba Fett series, but there was originally one from the extended universe novels, right? Where they describe how Boba was stuck in the Sarlacc pit for I don't know how long, and how
they show that in the
dissolved his
Mandalorian as well.
armor.
Yep. Or not in the Mandalorian. They show it in the Book of Boba Fett. Yep.
Yeah, but I think in the book it was described to be more gruesome, and also that he was longer in there.
That's probably. I have no doubt that is the case.
That he was completely disfigured.
Yeah,
beyond belief.
That's right. Yeah. And he somehow made Let's not give Arv a chance to do those sound effects. Do you mean these ones? All right. Right. So, chat. All right. So what I need is a volunteer in chat to roll, and you can do it using our wonderful Arcanus, ArvBot Plus. You do that with $/roll. No, it is $roll space, and then the number. So in this case, it would be 2d6 plus 13 is our number. So that's the number that you're going to roll like Effect Life just did. So I need someone to volunteer, one person to volunteer to be the dice roller for this combat. Meanwhile, I'm going to roll mine, which is 16, 5 plus 3 plus 8. All right, who would like to roll? Who wishes to do this roll and wishes to win this titanic struggle? Who will it be? All right, Craigery has done it. Craigery has stepped forward. Good job, Craigery. That narrowly obliterated the guy first round. Okay, very good, very good. All right, next one. This is an 18. So you're going to need a... So go ahead and make that roll again, Craigery. We're looking, you need a 5 to tie, a 6 to beat. Right, you got it. So he's down to 10. Very good, very good. Okay, my guy this time rolled a 14. So you need to roll a 1 on 2 dice. So I think you're all set. But you should still make the roll anyway. Keep it up, Craigery. He's down to 10. He's got a lot of stamina. That's his big problem for us, from our point of view. And remember, if we ever roll 2 6s, we auto-kill this thing if we happen to do that. Okay, even with not a great roll, we still managed to beat him. That was good, that was good. Okay, 17 this time, 17. I don't think we had a 2d6, did we? We did not. We had a 4 and a 5. But if we ever double 6 it, insta-kill. Don't want to hear the sound. Don't want to hear the sucking sound. All right, Craiger, you want to roll again for that next one? Because we're still at it. He's down to 8 stamina now. 22. Okay, once again crushed him. He's down to 6 stamina now. He rolls a 15. So now we just need you to roll a 2 or a 3 on 2 dice. You do need to clear that, so. The road's to single. So please roll again, Craiger, when you can. He's down to 6 stamina. It's like a washboard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we accidentally added a period in there. Okay. 21. Very nice.
That's
He's down
no
to
fun with the cramps and stuff.
Oh, jeez. That's why Quadrant's in such a bad mood. All right. He's down to 4 stamina. All right. Quadrant rolls a 14. What kind of a name is Quadrant? I mean, really? Plus 12, the chicken taco stat. Exactly. Hey, Troll.
Bully him.
Hello, Troll. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I feel like we've just seen each other. Seems possible. All right, so Craigery, only have 2 rolls, hopefully more to make, depending on whether we can defeat this guy quickly and don't get sucked in and then have our skin flayed from our bones, which would be unfortunate.
Yeah, that would suck.
A lot of 22s today. That would suck. Yes, Craigery mentioned that too. All right, down to 2 stamina. Okay. Oh, he rolls his best roll. It's a 19. A 19. We're going to need a 6 to tie and a 7 to beat. Can we do it? Can Craigery do it?
I believe in Craigery.
I have faith. I know. This Arv guy, stop following you on Twitch. I know. Jeez.
If you fail this one, it's fine. You will just have to live with the shame for the rest of your life, and also your descendants will have to suffer.
Shame on your... Dishonor to your cow. Dishonor to your family. But you did defeat the Quadrant without taking a hit. Good work, Craigery. Perfection. That's what we're talking about. All right, we defeated the Quadrant. Haha. Okay. On the grill above you stands the spindly jailer, cackling and dangling the keys from his fingers. You must find a way of killing him quickly if you are to get out of this accursed pit. Okay, so do you wish to throw your sword at him? And this is going to be a skill check. Or, so we either throw our sword at him, skill check, or we turn to, that. Otherwise it just says turn to this other page, which I have a feeling is the congratulations you die page. So I think we probably have to throw the sword at him is my guess. But I will put it up as a chat. $ vote space 1 means we throw the sword. $ vote space 2 means we just probably die, I'm guessing. But $ vote space 2 means we don't. Imagine your exponent's like, I choose death. Really? I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether we die, but
You have a strong feeling we might.
That's right. Oh, thank you, Classicor, for gifting a sub to Craigery. That's Craigery's reward. See, thank you so much, Classicor. It's very kind of you. See, Craigery, so your perfection has led to a gift sub. Military Theory says don't leave your weapon. Right, but I don't think you're leaving your weapon because this is the grill above you that you have to get you have to get out of the pit anyway, right? So you're not throwing it at him and then he it disappears forever into the darkness. Like you're throwing it at this guy, I think is what you're trying to do, basically. No, no. No, no, no.
How long are we going today, by the way, since we started an hour late? Are we
that's right.
Stopping the usual time?
I'm thinking we'll go a little later if that's cool with you. I was thinking 3:15, 3:20, mostly because I'm actually really curious to see.
So half an hour longer.
Half an hour, that's right. I was hoping you could do if I get, can you do the battle against the quadrant? I just had this image of you doing this silly cartoonish quadrant. Yeah,
So, can you show me the picture again of the quadrant so that I can take a screenshot?
I actually really, really like this picture too. Okay, give me a second. Let me. Oops, sorry. There we go.
I haven't done a monster in a while, have I?
No, that's true. And you've had some legendary ones.
Oh, there's barely anything to see. It's just an eye.
It's just an eye.
It's just an eye.
I wonder if it's a big, blobby crocodile thing-ish.
Is there a description of the thing somewhere?
It says, amid a bulky, shifting mass of mottled gray flesh is this single luminous eye, and beneath the eye is a gaping black maw from which come, I want to make sure that you have this.
Just speaks in Brawlix.
It's a horror bred by only the most loathsome and warped sorcerers. So if you have a sorcerer that's just kind of sucky, like Joe is kind of a jerk, but he's not that kind of a jerk, he doesn't make quadrants. You need to have that guy who's I'll make this. He's essentially a rectangular frog. That's very funny and potentially dangerous. I gifted him a sub for ending those sounds. Fair enough. That's fair enough. All right. Going once. Going twice. I mean, yeah, imaginary. But listen, nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right. We're going to try it. Okay, Craigery, I need you to roll, please, just 2d6. No modifier, just 2d6, please. Technically, it doesn't have to be Craigery, but I figured. All right, rolls an 8. Okay, that is, in fact, less than our skill. Okay, so. Here we go. You hurl your sword at the jeering jailer, praying that it will pass between the bars of the grill. Sure enough, it finds its mark, impaling the evil man in mid-cackle. So that kind of goes like this, chat. And then he slopes over. And down below, there's no more sucking sound from anyone. He slumps onto the grill, the trapdoor keys dangling from his twitching hands. You scramble up the rough walls of the pit, observing as you do that Ramades the Invincible has swung over to below the jailer's body, reached through the grill, and grasped the keys. Soon you are both out of the pit, recovering from your ordeal. Nice! Okay. As you lie panting, Ramades grunts and flexes his broad shoulders. I just can't understand it, he says, shaking his head. His very broad shoulders, his super broad, ripped, shredded, and built shoulders.
Nice.
I just can't understand it, he says, shaking his head. 3 months ago, I was sent by my lady on a journey, a mission to retrieve a mighty relic. I braved perils beyond description to find the artifact. And my reward? Drugged, beaten, and abandoned to that creature by some cowardly pretender. By the grace of Castus, I had already hidden my price safely. Now I must deliver it to the Lady Carolina. With a shock, you realize that Ramades has not learned of the death of the lady. You gently explain the truth to him. He clenches his fists and stifles a cry. I will have my revenge, he hisses, and I will take it now. He jumps to his feet and makes his way out of the chamber, grabbing a torch from the wall to light his way along the dark passage. You follow him out of the building and into the courtyard, where he strides over to the water trough by the stables. He reaches into the scummy water and retrieves a leather pouch. I believe I can trust you, he says, tossing the pouch over to you. I go now to root out the traitor who has slain my lady. Keep this well. If I should die, give it to Calomer's new ruler. Do not follow. He whirls the flaming brand about his head and charges toward the gate of the keep. Now, chat, should we follow Ramades, or should we hide in the stables and wait to see what happens, which is what he wants us to do. $vote space 1 means we follow Ramades. $vote space 2 means we hide in the stables and wait to see what happens.
So, as I'm understanding this right, Ramades is newly single?
Well, he may be newly not with us, I think is the problem, I think, here. $vote space 1 means to follow Ramades as he charges towards certain death. $vote space 2 means hide in the stables and wait to see what happens. All right, going... Oh, wait, I shouldn't do going once because I haven't done the last call yet.
Look at this beautiful fella.
It's amazing.
I'm just... Oh god, what book was that? Was it like a horror book in general that we did? Where I, like, ended up drawing, like, this one huge monster that was just, like, eyes and teeth.
I think that was the Phantoms of Fear. That's, like, that big dream one, right? Where there's, like, this gibbering monster, like, you know...
Yeah, I'm just, like, kind of imagining this thing growing out.
Yeah.
That thing, because that thing had no
that seems about right.
End.
I was waiting for you to write, like, to do the thing where, like, what's his face is hanging from the grate, where he's like clinging up to the top. But no, this actually he looks super friendly. I like that he has just a single eye. He's just like,
well, I mean, that's what the description said, right?
Well, you could only see one. I don't know if it's like, you know, half of him is covered in mud or whatever, you know. So like, but I love the idea that he just has one big ass eye. That's great.
Yes.
He's kind of cute. I want one, really. Going once, going twice. All right. Breaking his explicit commandment, chat. We're going to follow Ramades. As he approaches the keep, Ramades lets out a blood-curdling roar. He flings the door open and smashes a guard aside with a flaming brand. Then he is inside the keep. You run across the courtyard as screams and yells begin to fill the air. When you reach the gate, you are nearly floored by the body of a guard which comes tumbling out. Inside, in a small entry hall, Ramades is battling 6 guards, although more lie bloodied and motionless around the chamber. He's swinging a halberd as if it were a sickle, but these guards are wiser, waiting for the hero to tire before they strike. One is winding a crossbow, and as you enter the hall, sword at the ready, he lets fly the bolt. Ramades takes it full in the chest and staggers backwards. He crashes to the ground and looks up at you, and I quote, accusingly. Remember the whole don't follow thing? He has no time to speak, for the guards are upon him with their swords. Then they turn on you. Your adventure ends here.
Boo. We don't get to be with him.
Boo!
Sad.
You violated his last oath because you're like, let me go run after the guy into certain death. I see how it is.
Goes, right?
Yep, I'll save you. Yeah. All right. So we're going to have to go back, chat. We're not going to redo that skill check because I'm like, oh my God, he's so big. I love that. That's really
That's
cool.
like what I do. I always draw the monsters way too fucking big.
It's awesome,
games,
though.
right?
I love it. I love it.
Wasn't that like the very first book we
yes,
did?
the sorcerer one, right? The sorcerer's tomb or whatever, where the big ass thing in the cave, and I'm like, that's very big. You're like, yeah, it's the scale, like you know. Okay, so chat. This time, since the only other option is not to run after him like mad, we are going to hide in the stables and see what happens. As our good friend Ramades requested from us, okay? You hide yourself in a pile of straw as the courtyard fills with noise. Ramades lets out a blood-curdling roar, which sounds like this. No, I'm just kidding.
No!
Just kidding. Ah! Quickly followed by screams from the guards in the keep and the harsh clash of metal on metal. Another roar goes up from Ramades, this time fainter. His final cry is one of pain. Oh no, Ramades! It's like it's the moment for Platoon. He like falls to the ground with his arms open. And a shout of triumph arises from the guardsmen. Saddened by the defeat of Calamer's brave champion, you examine the trophy which he entrusted to you and for which he lost his life. In the leather pouch is a large round locket, intricately carved from platinum and other rare metals. It is set with blue stones, arranged in what is unmistakably the seal of the House of Rangor. The clasp is carved in the shape of two interlocked silver dolphins. Try as you may, you cannot prise the dolphins apart, although you feel it is only some magical power which is currently keeping them together. Stowing the locket away carefully, you settle down for the night. The commotion in the courtyard has subsided. Tick off a time box. All right, chat, another time box is gone. We're up to 13 now. It's not so great. Picture illustrates corporate employment. Yeah, pretty much. It's like Lethal Company too, right? Okay, here we go. Next morning, you peer out the servants scurrying about the courtyard. And I'm going to put a save point up here, I think. They erect a kind of low stage with a platform behind it. Soon a coffin is brought out and laid with great care on the low stage by a number of priests. You guess that the coffin is Lady Carolina's and that her body is being brought out so that her subjects may pay their last respects. Maderos, Dunyazad of Ichthyon, Asaya Albador, and Siege the Silent all file out and take their places on the platform overlooking the catafalque. Then the guards open the gates and allow the citizens to file reverently in. When the courtyard is full of people, you leave your hiding place and mingle with them. Ooh, it's gonna get real here. All right, let's see. They have another picture. Let's see what we've got for this, if anything. Nope, I'm striking out on a lot of these images. We camp outside Remedy's death door. Okay, so you take your place in the long line of citizens waiting to kiss the hand of their departed ruler. In front of you, two citizens are having a whispered argument, and you cannot help but overhear. "I'm not having you kissing her hand, not after you poached her finest swans," says the wife of the pair. "I've heard what they say. Your guilt would turn her skin black as night." "Hush, woman," her husband replies, always grabbing the wrong end of the spurtle. "The tale goes that if a murderer kisses its victim on the lips, they'll turn black as burnt parchment. I've nothing to fear. She won't be missing her swans now, will she?" As they approach the body, they fall silent and bow their heads in reverence. Carolina lies in full regalia, the sword of our office gripped in her right hand, while her left rests upon a cushion so that her citizens may kiss it. So here's what it looks like. And you can see the four of the high elders or whatever. That's Medeiros there, that was the guy nervous about the chicken. Over there is the woman who was talking to somebody, sleep talking. That right there, I think is that's Dunyazad. That's the one who was the woman that talked to us last night. But Dunyazad was the one who was preparing for a quick journey. This dude right here is Absol, the guy who was sleep talking possibly. The only one we haven't heard from at all is this guy, Siege the Silent. And that's interesting that we have not heard anything about him at all.
Well, he is the Silent, so...
That's true. That makes it hard for us to hear from him, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn comes and you find yourself looking down at the corpse of the woman who sent you on your mission. As you bend to kiss her hand, you lock eyes with Luthaur, one of the heroes who remain behind to defend Colomer. He stands just to one side of the noble's platform, fidgeting nervously with the pommel of his sword. He's also the guy who claimed that we were lying about the horde, so this guy's sketchy. Strangely, he betrays no sign of recognition. What will you do? Will you mount... What should we do? Will you mount the platform and demand that the nobles hear your case? Or hear our case, in this case. That's option 1. Option 2 is hold up the sealed locket. It says, if we have it, and we do. That's the thing that Remedies gave us last night. Hold up the sealed locket. Or slip away into the crowd to watch the rest of the ceremony. All right, chat, what do you want to do? The one we haven't seen is Bob the Invisible
Well, I mean,
Cube.
the logical thing to do here, right, would be to wait, right? And just watch for now. But, the thing is, does the game then still allow us afterwards to, be like, hey, no, I want, one of the nobles up there to kiss the hand, because I haven't done that yet.
Or exactly, and one of these ones... See, here's the thing. One of these ones has betrayed us, right? And we don't know which one. But we do know that we got the sealed locket, which presumably, only the champion of Lady Carolina could have this. So that suggests to me that maybe we can shame one of them into doing it. And then I bet it's going to ask us, this is my prediction, it's going to ask us to choose one of the nobles that we don't trust. I'm sure that's what they're going to do. But anyway, so $vote space 1 is mount the platform, demand the nobles hear our case. $vote space 2 is hold up the sealed locket, which is the thing that Remedies gave us. $vote space 3 is slip away into the crowd and be a coward. I mean, slip away into the crowd to watch the rest of the thing. The locket didn't save the previous owner. I mean, maybe it did. It saved them long enough to give it to us. What's it going to be, chat? $vote space 1, mount the platform, demand the nobles hear us. $vote space 2 is hold up the sealed locket. $vote space 3 is slip away into the crowd to watch the rest of the ceremony. All right, what's it going to be, chat? Showing the lock will make for a more interesting drawing. I mean, that's certainly true.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to have the time for that after this one.
Yeah.
This is taking a bit. I might.
All right, what do we think, chat? The crowd wouldn't understand. It won't be on our side, making the whole effect. But I've been wrong on every single account so far. Well, I stand by the locket, ClassScore says. Well, I need someone to break this tie. Right now, we have 3 votes here, and I know there's more than 3 of you in here, so now's the time. Do we mount the platform, demand that the nobles hear our cause? Do we hold up the sealed locket, or do we slip away into the crowd? $ vote space 1 to platforms, $ vote space 2 to locket, $ vote space 3 to slip away. Chewbacca is sadly not an option, so we cannot Chewbacca.
Rigged.
Yeah, I know. The whole thing is just... Okay, what's it going to be? What's it going to be, chat? We need someone to break this tie. Are we going to get the rare TariToons tie break, which very seldom happens?
Oh, God.
Right now, we have 1 vote each for each of those options. You can change your vote, too.
Where's our last safe spot?
It was, I believe, when you're listening to them, when you walk up to her. Let me see, 276. 276.
Oh, we got a vote. Hold up the sealed locket.
It's when the card... Okay. Ah, okay. All right. Okay. So go. Looks like last call, because we have that going once. Going twice. Okay. We are going to hold up the sealed locket, because that clearly is... This is the way. All right, let's see if that is the way, actually. We'll find out. Oh, I lost my page. We go here. Okay, here we go. I got it. All right. Okay. You draw the locket from its leather pouch and hold it above your head for all to see. The citizens near you back away in awe. You are about to tell how Ramades was slain when there is a screech from the platform in front of you. Sacrilege! Seize the thief! Siege is pointing at you, her body trembling with rage, or maybe something else. Maderos is staring open-mouthed at the locket. Dunyazad cries, "It is the relic of which Carolina spoke on her deathbed, the fate of Rangor." Siege cuts her short with an imperious gesture. "Guards! Luthauer! Kill this treacherous dog." Okay, now, chat. Will you open the locket, or will you try to fight off the guards? $ vote space 1 is open the locket. $ vote space 2 is try to fight off the guards. Y'all notice that Siege is the one who did this? Siege, super sus. Siege the Silent, more like Sus the Silent, am I right?
Oh, the music is over for me. Why is it still playing for you?
I think it's... What are we on now? It's like ending now.
Ah, okay.
Literally just ended.
I see.
So I went on to the best combat soundtrack compilation of Prince of Persia, and I'll post it in chat. It just automatically went to the next one. There we go.
Here we go.
Opening relics hardly leads to melting faces. Yeah, hardly ever. No, I totally agree with that. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. The decision has been made. We're going to try to open the locket. Previously sealed by magic. Let's hope that it's not anymore. Oh, okay. Quote, "The locket snaps open very easily this time, and the guards shrink away from you. The nobles stare at the interior of the treasure with a mixture of bewilderment and shock. You turn the locket round in your hand and take a look within. Inside is a faded picture of Ramades, painted with uncanny accuracy. Even though the picture is old and cracked, even though the picture is old and cracked, as if painted centuries ago, I see, it depicts him exactly as he appeared when you saw him last night. Asia Albador leaps to her feet and gestures for silence. The fate of Rangor has decreed the truth. Ramades is the new Baron of Calamare. You clear your throat to attract her attention, then tell her of Ramades' death. You point at Luthauer and accuse him of being a traitor. Guards surround him and he is dragged away, protesting his innocence all the while. You turn to the four nobles. Yeah, suck it, Luthauer. Okay. It would be too dangerous to accuse one of these powerful people outright, but there is a way by which you can prove the guilt of the murderer. You must insist that one of the nobles shall kiss Carolina, according to the old woman's tale. It is a strange request, but one that they will find hard to refuse, a final mark of respect for the departed ruler. The crowd are hushed, expectant. Which noble do you ask to kill Carolina? Sorry, she already killed. Common mistake. Which one do you ask to kiss Carolina? Is it Dunyazad of Ikhitian? Gesundheit. Is it Medeiros? Carolina's cousin? Is it Siege the Siege the Silent? Or is it Saya Al-Budur, the judge? All right, Chad, who's it going to be? Now, $ vote space 1 is Dunyazad, 2 is Medeiros, 3 is Siege, 4 is Asaya. Siege is the one who was just calling for our death, just to be clear. I mean, I have no idea, but Siege was the one who was like, kill this bastard. I'm like, you know. And also was working with Luthauer, which also, now that I think of it, that's another sus thing. And he's also the only one, Siege is the only one, or she, Siege is the only one we saw that we didn't, the only one that we didn't actually see anything about. Like, we didn't get any information at all. Exactly. Never trust a silent lurker. Yes. I can try to get if I can find the picture. Hold on, maybe. Yeah. All right, so let me switch over to this. So this is Medeiros, this guy in front. That's Dunyazad, I think. That I think that guy is Siege, and that guy that woman is Abdur whatchamacallit. I guess Siege is also a woman, so I don't know. I'm not totally sure about which one of these is Siege, but anyway. Do 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 do. No, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Okay. Gonna last call this in just a moment.
I think I'm done with this one.
Look at that. Oh, that's super awesome. Oh my god, he's just like, ah. I love how we just defeated that guy. Apparently it was no problem.
Of course.
And it was okay. It was not a problem. Let's see. All right, hang on a second, chat. Just a minute.
So how did we get to the grate anyway?
I think... How did we get to the grate? When we went to... The people came out into the courtyard and they were talking about remedies, and we went down to where the guards came from, basically.
Okay, and then we were just dangling from a grate.
That's right.
Okay. Clear as coal.
Clear as coal. All right, chat. So, going once. Going twice. I should last call it, I guess. Before I do the going once, going twice thing. Okay. Okay, I was trying to find where the heck the thing actually was. Okay. Right. Here we go.
Language, Gregory.
I know. It can't take me anywhere. Okay. Siege the Silent is who we're gonna accuse. All right. This bastard. We're gonna find out if we're right, chat. With consummate grace, Siege rises to her feet and looks around her. She walks slowly over to the coffin and stands before it. She lowers her head towards Carolina, then stops and straightens up again. She speaks, and though her voice sounds as quiet as the breath of a breeze upon grass, you know that it can be heard in every part of the courtyard. Why must I bow before the orders of this lying upstart? This is intolerable, an obscenity. She is trembling with rage, but her features remain as placid as ever. Then a brave soul from the crowd shouts out, "Pay your respects!" And the crowd back him up with shouts and calls. Quiet. Siege silences the crowd with one word. Then she bends over Carolina once more. An instant later, she has grasped the jeweled sword of office from the dead fingers which held it and swings it violently at you. This piece of crap! You twist to deflect the blow, but the flat of the blade catches you painfully on the shoulder, right in the Baldur's Gate 3 skull. Or Baldur's Gate skull. Lose 2 points of stamina. Wow. Now you must battle Siege, the traitor of Calamare. Called it. All right, this is going to be the last battle of the day.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's already 20 past.
No, I know. Last battle of the day. This person should not be difficult because, because they have a skill of 7.
That sounds like famous last words, but sure.
They're not a problem. Yeah. Okay, Craigery, if you're still here, can I have you roll, please? We have started with a 12, so you need to roll a -2 on 2 dice. Right. So in other words, all you need to do is just roll. So go ahead and roll, and as soon as this fight is over, then we will call the end of it. This traitorous scum. Also, after that, I'm going to ask Chad if we can have a provision after we win this fight, so that we can get our stamina back up to 16, because we haven't used a provision yet. Is anyone able to roll? If Craigery's not here, can someone roll for me, please? $roll space. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Craigery. Okay, but that's plus 13, though, so that should be 18. So that will be a hit.
Hit.
All right, so now...
Huge hit with the fence.
They roll a huge hit with the fence. Now they roll a 10, so now you would need a -3 to tie. Like I said, Siege the Silent, not Siege the Warrior, obviously. Okay, Craigery, can I get you to roll one more time? This would be embarrassing. A loss to this would be, 19, okay. Excellent. And the last one, they roll a 12. So if they rolled maximum, they would have a 17, and we would have to roll a 4 to tie them. This is, like, not very close. All right, Craigery, one last time. One more time. One more time, we're gonna beat this guy. Or this person. One last roll to go, please. One last roll to go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wahoo! Mamma mia.
19, all right. Down goes Fraser. And let's find out what happens when they die, and then we will save at that spot. So, if you defeat her, and we did. As Siege falls dead at your feet, a deep rumbling noise reaches your ears. It grows louder and louder until your whole body is shaking. The terrified citizens cower away. Then there is the sound of a thunderclap which almost knocks you off your feet. A smoky black tentacle curls from Siege's mouth and forms into a gaseous parody of her earthly form. Wow. Okay, they have a picture of this.
This isn't even my final form.
Isn't even my final form. Siege the even less silent. There's a picture. Okay, great. So here's what the picture looks like. Hold on, I'm capturing now. All right. It's on stream now. It shoots straight at your face, and you try desperately to ward it off with your arms. Something brittle shatters against your left hand, and the gaseous form disperses. Then pain shoots up your arm. Prepared for the worst, you look down at your left hand, which is writhing within a blue vapor. You thrust it under your arm to quench the fell flame. The pain eases slightly, and you withdraw your hand. It is now shrouded in green light. As you watch, the color changes through yellow and orange to red. The pain settles to a dull ache. The crisis over, the remaining nobles look to you for leadership. You arrange for all of Siege's servants in the city to be put under guard, and you see to the preparation of defenses for the city. The other heroes you discover were all mysteriously slain. Yeah, really mysterious. Presumably through Siege's villainy, so you are forced to leave the job in the hands of the remaining loyal guards. Then you prepare to journey forth once more. The hostile army still threatens, and you have a duty to Lady Carolina to fulfill. All right. So, we beat the traitor, chat, and now we are going to be, I think the next session will be our last session, because we will be moving from that into, the home stretch of this. But good work. We took out the traitor. And now we just have to save the city. No big deal. We can do that all the time. All right. And a lot of fun, chat. Thank you, even though we did later than usual, but still. All right. Let's do a review of our amazing art, Tari, if we can. What do we have today? Working all the way back.
Just for today.
That's just awesome. The fashion magazine icon, Tempo Arenavore. Yeah. That's awesome.
Cover girl.
I love that it says gorgeous dresses, flirty lips, like sexy sunglasses.
Pretty Canadian to pretty famous.
Yep. Canada's most stylish. Clearly Canadian.
Very much so. Yeah, then sneaking around.
Yep, while he was looking.
Through the thicket.
Which we needed that. Through the thicket. I really like the eyebrow design there, by the way, Tari. Like the, because the eyebrow, adds to that expression of, I don't know if I can wait for this person or not.
Yeah.
Is there a reason that he keeps getting more built every time you draw him?
Some subconscious desire, possibly, probably, something like that.
Just curious. Okay. Yeah, and then
also with drawing, I tend to in this case it's the muscles, but in reality it's more the defining features that get more pronounced with every drawing.
Yep. And that is a defining feature. In this case, he's heading down the rope, down that super soft, not at all rope burn rope.
Yeah, of course.
As he heads down into the courtyard below. All right.
Baby but soft.
Yes, exactly.
And then this. We were just hanging in there.
The tour de force. It does look almost like the rope leads to the grate, even though that wasn't exactly the order. But
oh yeah,
that is. I love the idea that there's the classic combat montage where it's you see this, and the next thing you see is the creature's dead, and somehow Tempo's yeah, I got it. I'm all good. We're all set. Unbelievable. These are great, Tari. Good stuff today. These are fun.
Yeah, this is a great indeed. At the top of the picture.
I see what you did there. Way to go. I wouldn't hang too many ideas on that though, because it's
very good.
It's only a tentacle solution. No, I can't do temporary. That's not good enough. But anyway, very, very cool. So, chat, very quickly. Is everyone in favor of us having one of our provisions so we can go up to 16 stamina? Can you just tell me that quickly in chat? Just yes, thumbs up, yes. Can you tell me quickly? Because I want to make sure that I do that and then save our character for next time. Is that cool? Yes. Respond. Somebody, please. Yes, go. Betrayer says yes. Listen, if Betrader says it, then... Yeah, is everyone on board? Everyone has no opinion. They're like, food is not relevant. Doesn't matter. We're going to...
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to
vote
assume...
yes.
You also vote yes. Okay. There's Sky vote yes. You also did the $ vote space yes. Okay, so... 16. All right, that way we're up to there. Craigery says yes. All right, good. So we're going to save this time under Slaves of the Abyss, but it's going to be June 4th. And in July, we will find out what awaits our fearless hero, Tempo Arenivore. Thank you, Tari. How'd you feel about our illustration fun times today from the drawing point of view, and where will we see you next?
Oh, this was a lot of fun. Got to draw a big old scary monster, which is always nice.
Yes.
And I think my favorite of the day is the one on the rope.
because of the expression, or because of the potty position, or what? It looks good.
Because I was able to pull this off without a reference, and considering that, I think it turned out pretty good.
Absolutely, totally agree. Plus, you got to show off the hair again.
I guess.
which is also there. So and we're gonna see you, I believe, next. I think it's next week for Beowulf. He said doubtfully.
I don't know. You tell me. I
I
think you said something about the end of the month in chat. Let me check.
Let me find out.
You said, where is it?
Oh, I did say that. Yes, you're right. The 25th. Right, because next week is D&D with viewers, and the week after that's the Athos Arts reading. So yes, the 25th. Yeah, D&D with viewers next week. That's right. So D&D with viewers next week. So by the way, for European folks, especially, I know Effect Life's been interested in this. D&D with viewers coming up next week. Be there, be here, or be square. Athos Arts the week after, that's that big cover reveal reading event that we're having. And then the week after that will be Beowulf as Tari will return. Yes, the cover reveal.
Yes, a cover reveal.
Speaking of that, every time we reveal it. Or is it using a revealer, some kind of makeup? Skin that glows, how to have her right now. Like, jeez. And then it says get lean. Like, everything about this makes perfect. It's just like, yep. He's
Best
the next
yoga
top
and
model.
Pilates in Toronto.
So true. Yes. So yeah, covers reveals, readings 18th, Beowulf the 25th. That'll be cool. Where can people find you online, Tari?
People can find me on Tumblr and on Blue Sky at TariToons, and I guess for now still at Instagram. Like, I learned the other day that there's some bullshit happening with Instagram, which I have not been looking into further currently because I could not be bothered. But for now, I'm still on Instagram. If you want to follow me there, and yeah, I will announce on other places should I move somewhere else from Instagram. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people are moving to Kara, but like I have not been looking into that at all, so no opinions yet on the matter.
Yeah, I think there was like some AI thing going on with Instagram specifically,
but like,
or about something.
It's like everywhere at the moment,
yeah,
so I'm like,
I know.
And also like my stuff is like difficult to get scraped because like they tend to scrape all the painterly stuff, right?
Right.
The cartoony stuff tends not to get scraped as much because it's like more difficult to emulate, right?
Well, good, because we reject it utterly here.
Yeah.
So I mean,
definitely that, but I'll be looking into that, and people will see. But yeah, either way, I'm still on Tumblr and on Blue Sky at TariToons.
Very cool.
So go follow me there.
And we will see you otherwise in 3 weeks for some Beowulf action, and then back here for the epic conclusion of Slaves of the Abyss with Arena. With Tempo.
But here, Arcana Spot is like, it's as Runesild, but will should be there.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. You don't know whether it's going to be Runesild. Tari and I have discussed this, and we have a plan. So. And the question is, what do the gods have planned? What is the fate that awaits? We shall see.
The fates.
The fate. Yeah, exactly.
Plural.
What are the fates, plural, that await? It's going to be good times. I am excited for that. And this was a lot of fun, Tari. I'm glad we got a chance to do this.
Very much,
we don't usually do 2 weeks in a row of this specific thing, too. So it was nice to remember what the hell we were doing. That was a nice change. For once. So, but chat, can we get some love for the amazing TariToons? Wonderful work as always, Tari, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Good stuff from Tari. As always, that was amazing. Yeah, just very, very lucky. That's, again, why would I want, even like, leave everything else aside about all of the stuff that is bad about AI, generative AI. Leaving all of that aside, on top of everything else, why would I want to not have the benefit of working with a human being like Tari? You know? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and it's great art, and whatever. I'm very heartened to see the backlash to this generative AI stuff, and I'm hoping that continues. It is not the case, like, oh, can't put the genie back in that bottle. Nonsense. Yes, you can. If everybody collectively gets together to put said genie back in the bottle, yes, you can. So, we all do it together. That's the key. She expresses a bit. Yeah, that's a good point, Craigery. Sometimes she has her own mind, thinks, you know what I'm saying? So we will do it together. Anyway, chat, thank you all for being here as well. This was a nice stream. I had fun with all of you. I had to start later today, by the way, because I don't think I mentioned this, but my daughter had a half day today, so I had to go pick her up from school, which meant that everything got delayed a little bit later. But we'll be back on schedule now. I don't have time to go over all my schedule now because I do have to get stuff ready. I will go over my schedule on Thursday for the month of June, but the schedule is now complete, and I can tell you that I will be over at GOG.com at the top of the hour, 4 p.m., playing more of the awesome Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness. Very excited to continue that. And then I will be here Thursday night with more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, at which point I will go over all of the schedule for the rest of the month. But as a reminder, for those of you who did not exactly rant here, for those of you who may have missed this before, just a couple of quick notes and reminders. First of all, in 2 weeks on the 18th, we have a big Athos Arts cover reveal event that's going to consist of several books from my publisher, including mine, Heretic. Very excited to reveal that cover. That's going to be happening, as I say, 2 weeks from today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So there's one thing that we've got going on. And then we have we have another reading event happening at BlackRock Books. I read Renegade there last year, a independent bookstore that I really like, BlackRock Books. So I'm going to be reading, just announced now, on Sunday, July 28th, I'm going to be reading from Heretic, the final book in the Grey Assassin trilogy, in a special pre-release event. The book is technically coming out the week after, but I'm doing a special pre-release event on that Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So if anyone is in the Southern Connecticut area, would love to see you stop by BlackRock Books. And if not, I'm going to try to live stream this as well to the extent I possibly can. So we will do this. A mouse just came in the window and ran under the furniture. Oh my God. Oh no, that's one of those that you don't, oh geez. That sort of heart attack moment where oh no, classic, good luck getting them out. Anyway, so so that's happening. So please mark your calendars for that. And then last but certainly not least, again, August 17th, very important for the European crowd. If you folks are in or able to get to the United Kingdom, and I know several of you have already done this, we have a new event coming from the new tabletop role-playing group By the Dice Roll that consists of the former GOG folks. They're not former, it's not going to be called D&D with GOG. It's going to be called By the Dice Roll now. So By the Dice Roll, which consists of myself and players Pyron Jade, Peripheral Mike, also known as Wholesome Horror Gaming, Darksaber 2K, Inanda, Fleos, and Undeveloped Bruce. We will be playing our first in-person event August 17th in the United Kingdom at the Clapham Omnibus Theater. Very excited about that. And you can get tickets at bythediceroll.com. You can get tickets right there right now, which is super cool. I think they're only £7.50, which is not overboard, I don't think, cost-wise. Obviously, traveling there is going to be expensive for many of you, I recognize, but if you are willing to take the trip over, if you live in Europe, if you do live in the United Kingdom yourself, if you know people that do, please spread the word. The more people we can get there, the better. This is not a big theater. It's like 100, 110 people, but we would love to get that thing full. 110 people in that room, plus the live stream we're going to be doing, would be just chef's kiss. So please do that. Spread the word if you can. That's going to be happening on August 17th for that event. Otherwise, I'm going to rise up on out of here and go get ready for my GOG stream. If you liked what you saw here, no, I know, not yet. They are going to put it up there, Classic Or. We're finalizing all the details. We signed the contract, but we have to finalize the details with them. Once we get that done, they will put it up there, so don't worry about that. The Eventbrite page is the one that are handling it. The Omnibus, anyway, is not going to be doing, the box office will eventually lead you over to the site that we have. So don't worry about that. Basically, the tickets that you get from Buy the Dice Roll is where you need to get them. That's why I'm directing everybody to that webpage. So yeah, please join us there for that, for Buy the Dice Rolls thing. If you like what you saw and heard today, please follow the channel. Check out our YouTube at !ArvTube. Discord is !ArvCord. For those of you who are watching over on my YouTube channel, welcome, and please subscribe there, which is free. That really helps us out. Please come over to our Twitch as well and check us out there. Follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. That's !ArvTube. As I mentioned, Discord, !ArvCord. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Blue Sky, !ArvSky. Website, arvanelaron.com. Financially, !Arv Shop is the merchandise area where you can get stuff relating to the channel and get cool swag for yourself. !ArvTrayon, that's sitting right over there. That's really the financial backbone of the channel. We'd love to see that build up. We're back into triple digits, but we wanted to keep heading on up the number because the higher up we go, the more we can get other cool stuff scheduled for the channel, and it really helps out the channel as a whole. So please do that. It can also get you inspirations to help our tabletop players, as can subbing to the channel, which can get you inspirations to help our players if you support at a high enough level, plus a bunch of emotes that you can use and sub badges to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. On the publishing side, Icarus is my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library, that's my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. My 5e Adventure and Sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and Grayshade, that is my Grayshade book from my Grayshade IP. First two books of the Grey Assassin trilogy, Grayshade and Renegade, are out now. You can get those at that link. You can also get the audiobook of Grayshade done by our very own Trent Sparks at that link. You can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Grayshade from our very own, that's exactly right, Classicor, you can get that from our very own Brandon O'Brien, who is designing the game, and it's going to be coming out from Alligator Alley Entertainment at the end of the year, so you can pre-order that, and you can pre-order the final book in the series, Heretic, which is coming out next month. And as you just heard, cover reveal in 2 weeks, official first reading event, and there's going to be a reading there as well, but the official pre-release event happening at Black Rock Books in late July. So you can get all of that by checking that out with Grayshade. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, that's the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help, and to reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in the future in that situation as well. Please also support the channel by checking out the shorts on my YouTube channel and the shorts on our Gen GM's channel with Zach and myself. Please do that. That would be helpful also. Thank you to my wonderful viewers today. Thank you so much to Eyes. Thank you so much for joining us for the first time, Eyes. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much to my wonderful mods. Thank you to Triffity Mets. Thank you as well. We had earlier on, I think maybe Shadow Mage. Actually, I'm not sure. It may have been just Triffity Mats today. So thank you, Triffit, for the wonderful mod work, as always. Thank you so much to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers. Thank you to Triffit. Thank you to Effect Life. Thank you to Classicor. Thank you to Craigery. And thank you, as always, to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Baron Valar. Thank you to B Trader, to Big Boss. Thank you to Gene, to Imaginary Exponent, and Jagtris. And thank you, of course, most of all today, to TariToons, who did the amazing artwork today. It is always spectacular. I will see you folks. Thank you, B Trader. I will see you folks in 20 minutes over on GOGCom's Twitch channel for more of Black Geyser, Couriers of Darkness, that classic RPG. Otherwise, I'll see you folks back here on this channel, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Night, Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. But I'll see you in a little bit over on GOGCom's Twitch channel. Until then, everyone, please be good to each other, and bye for now. Huh?